In this video, we'll discuss all the essential camera angles and types of shots you need to know to produce Hollywood-class images. At the end, I will give you a 2-page resource that you can print and refer to every time you point your camera at anything, yourself included. This is probably the most important video in this series. Making a movie is 99% storytelling. Cinematography is worth nothing if you don't know how to convey emotions. In episode 2, when we talked about structuring your film, I challenged you to think about the emotions you wanted your audience to feel. As the author and director of your film, you act as an orchestral director. But instead of directing people playing instruments, you are directing your audience's emotions. Understanding and practicing this concept can instantly make a beginner filmmaker more talented and desirable than a cinematographer with 30 years of experience. All this is to say that camera angles are there to help you convey those emotions. Let's start with this little girl here. She's going to be my model in this video. We'll call her Miss. Here are 3 things about Miss. She's a brave girl. She knows how to deal with bullies. She's scared of ghosts, even if she has never seen one. Miss has a secret, a dark secret that, if you knew, would give you nightmares. I told you these 3 things while keeping the same angle at Miss's eye level. I could have used camera angles to emphasize these 3 facts about Miss, channeling your emotions and providing you, the audience, with a more fulfilling experience. Let's do this. Here are 3 things about Miss. She's a brave girl. She knows how to deal with bullies. She's scared of ghosts, even if she has never seen one. Miss has a secret, a dark secret that, if you knew, would give you nightmares. The first shot is called the hero shot, or low angle. Just by tilting the camera upwards, we can make our subject more powerful and confident. The low angle is widely used to frame heroes or those who are in control in a situation where more people are involved. In the second shot, we did the opposite by filming Miss from high above, tilting the camera downwards. By doing that, we made her weak. We helped our audience feel her fear. In the last shot, we tilted the camera angle to skew the horizon. This is called the Dutch angle. Because we're used to seeing things straight, tilting the camera, even just a bit, gives us an uneasy feeling, makes us aware that something is wrong. Now that you know all about camera angles, let's expand to types of shots. There are a bunch of them and we're going to learn them all in a blink. Ready? Let's start with the extreme wide shot, also known as extreme long shot. It establishes the context or setting of the scene and gives the audience a sense of scale and perspective. This is why it is often used at the beginning of a scene. The actors are usually tiny and occupy a small portion of the frame, dominated by the environment or surroundings. Then we have the wide shot or long shot. Here, the subject or characters are usually visible in their entirety, along with a significant portion of the surroundings. Use this shot if you need to provide a sense of scale and context of the scene, to create a feeling of isolation, insignificance, or vulnerability for your characters. Or you need to show the entire set in one frame. Like extreme wide shots, you can use wide shots at the beginning of a scene to establish the location. Next time you watch any movie, notice how these wide shots almost always precede any others at every change in setting. The full shot shows the subject from head to toe, along with some of their immediate surroundings, including the subject's physical appearance, body language, and movements within the context of the scene. You could also use the full shot to show the character's clothing, accessories, and overall appearance. Medium full shot, or cowboy shot, or American shot. It captures the character from the mid-thigh or knees up, with the camera positioned slightly below the character's eye level. This type of shot is mainly used to emphasize the character's power or authority, as well as to create a sense of tension or suspense. The medium shot captures half of your subject. You can use it to show the subject's body language, facial expressions, and interactions with their surroundings, in a way that is more intimate than a wide shot, but not as close as a close-up shot. Example of medium shots can include two characters having a conversation, a character entering a room, or reacting to something off-screen. The medium shot is often followed by close-ups or wide shots to provide more detail or context. The medium close-up captures a character from the chest or shoulders up, while still including some of their facial expressions or immediate surroundings. A medium close-up shot can be used to convey the subject's thoughts, feelings, and reactions to the scene. Next, we have the close-up shot. Here, the subject or object is shown in great detail, filling the entire frame with a close view of their face, body part, or object. The close-up purpose is to emphasize the subject's facial expressions and emotions, creating an intimate connection between the audience and the subject. Extreme close-up shots focus on a particular part of the face, such as the character's eye, mouth, nose, or an object's texture of detail. This kind of shot is often used in filmmaking to create a sense of intensity or emotional impact. These are the primary types of shots that you can use in your film. There are 4 more unique types of shots that we need to discuss: cut-in, cutaway, POVs, and over-the-shoulder shots. The cut-in shot is used to provide a closer view of a particular detail or object within a scene. It is often used to emphasize something that is important to the story. In this sequence, we see Lena entering a room, putting a bunch of keys on the cupboard, and sitting on the couch. If the key were to play an essential part in the story, such as a clue or something that is about to happen, you could let your audience know by using a cut-in on the key. A cutaway shot shows something outside the current scene, often as a way to provide additional context or to build tension. The shot cuts away from the main action or subject to show something else before cutting back to the original shot. It is often used to provide additional information or to create a sense of tension or urgency. A point-of-view shot is used to simulate the perspective of a character. It shows what the character would see if they were looking directly at the subject or scene. In a point-of-view shot, the camera acts as the eyes of the character, capturing their exact point of view. The camera is often mounted on the actor's head or body, or on a specialized rig that can move in sync with the character's movements. It creates a sense of immersion and realism to make the audience feel as though they are experiencing the scene through the character's eyes. Lastly, the over-the-shoulder shot is taken from behind one character's shoulder, with the other character in the foreground. It is used to create a sense of proximity and intimacy between the two characters, and to provide a visual clue as to who is speaking. We're done. Before you go, make sure to download the camera angles and shot type quick reference guide I've prepared for you. I use this myself anytime I shoot anything. It's free for you to download in the description. Print it out and have it in front of you anytime you point your camera at something or when you're storyboarding your movies. Hey, if you made it here, thank you, I appreciate you, and I hope you had fun watching. If you learned something new or got any value out of this video, it would mean a lot to me if you could give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and interact with me in the comments. I'll leave the link here to this series playlist where I challenge anyone, even complete beginners, to shoot their first short film to be proud of. Peace.